Good evening, everybody. Here is my much delayed question and answer video that I mentioned some time back that I would go ahead and do. And I asked you guys to submit some questions for me that you may have had, and I am here to answer them for you. So, with that being said, I'm going to try to make this short and simple. And for those of you who submitted questions, I really appreciate it. I got some really good questions that I'm looking forward to being able to answer for you, and I appreciate your participation. So thank you for watching, and let's get going then. So a couple of the questions I have here. One of the first ones is an interesting question and a very good one at that. Is your family musical, or do you? I'm assuming, do you have family members who have pursued the arts or art of music in any form, or any musical talent? In general, I think we've all kind of tried our hand, or no, I don't want to say all of us, but I know both of my sisters and I, we all took choir through school. My oldest sister was pretty good at guitar. I know a great aunt on my father's side. I understand she was a wonderful singer and a pretty big deal. So unfortunately, I didn't know her, and but it's really cool that there is some vocal talent in my family, and yeah. So vocally, that would be it. I think well, my mother's mother, my grandmother. She's a wonderful piano player, and I'm actually taking a few lessons from her. And Grandma, I hope that I can be half the piano player that you are. And I know my grandmother's very enthusiastic about being able to pass that on to somebody in the family. So, other than that, I think I'm kind of the random. I'm the random one in the family, the black sheep in more ways than one. But vocally, I'm to my knowledge, um, I'm the only one in the family. So that is that. Good question. Thank you. What else do we got here? Do you get nervous on stage? The answer to that is yes and no. Mostly beforehand. I'm a nervous wreck before going on stage. I'll probably pace the whole time, or I'll sit in a chair and shake my leg for, you know, up until the minute I gotta go on. But it's very nerve wracking. I think what's scariest about it is that you don't know how the audience is going to respond to you, especially if they don't know who you are. Um, that's the scariest thing about it. So that really, gets your nerves working, and obviously I want to be perceived well. I want people to like me. I want people to like my performance. I don't want to screw up. Uh, so yeah, it's very nerve wracking. I don't anticipate that ever going away. So um, I don't drink before I go on stage. That's a rule. That wouldn't be wise for a multitude of reasons. So it's not like I can have a nice cocktail before I go on stage. Um, so yes, I get very nervous. But I would say after the first 20 or 30 seconds, once I kind of get a feel for what I'm working with and the audience, um, it starts to dissipate and go away, and I start to kind of get much more comfortable and more interactive with the audience. So, and I'm still learning, and becoming comfortable up there, and that's going to take some time. So it's all a growing experience, and I'm almost positive I will always probably freak out before going on stage, but I will say I have gotten much better with it. I don't panic as much as I used to. So great question. What else we got here? What was your inspiration for your EP for the album? Um, at the time that I wrote it, which was approximately about, I don't know, maybe a year ago. Yeah, whatever I was dealing with emotionally at the time, coming out of a relationship, there were a lot of well, obviously a lot of things that contributed to my writing for the album, and I'm sure it's apparent and obvious. Uh, but that's just what I was dealing with at the time, and it was a good thing because it allowed me to be very creative, and it allowed me to put that down in a song on paper, and you know, and I think a lot of people can relate to it when they do listen to it, which I hope they do, or you do. But it was a very personal project and a very personal album, and but I'm very proud of it. And even though I've since dealt with whatever emotions I was feeling at the time, whatever however I came across in these songs, it's I'm still proud of it, and whatever I was dealing with at that time in my life was meant to be. So yeah, I would say the whole project was very personal, but I think most people can relate to it in a lot of ways. So, which I think leads into the next question I have here. Um, what was your favorite song on the album? I think I'm always gonna have a soft spot for "Drag Me Down," and I think the reason for that is not only was it because it was my first song that I wrote. I'm proud of it because I think it was most organic. And when I say organic, I mean there was no formula. It just happened, and that I think is when you get the most authentic uh, story and the most authentic sound. And I think "Drag Me Down" really accomplished that. And there was there's a lot of elements to "Drag Me Down" and why I love it, but I'm proud of it. I think that I definitely have a soft spot for it, and I think maybe in a close second would be "Vulnerable," probably because it was very personal, and I wanted it to be a ballad, but I didn't want it to be a power ballad. I just wanted it to be kind of in the middle. So I like them all. I'm proud of them all, and they all tell a different story. And I kind of tried my hand at a few different styles. And obviously, I have all these questions organized. So if you find that I'm conveniently able to uh, transition them to the next question, that's why. The next question is: do you plan on sticking with the same genre or musical direction with my music or my songs in the future? And the answer to that is I don't know. While I'm proud of the project, I don't know what direction I'll go into next when I write my next song or when I record my next album or track. It could go any way, and that's kind of half the fun is experimenting and finding my niche and finding my sound. That's part of the thrill of it. So who knows? Maybe you might get a country song out of me or something. No, I'm just kidding. I'm from Orange County. I'm not a country singer, but you never know. I'm really open to exploring a diverse sounds and who knows. I'm looking forward to exploring all options and that's yeah. So good question. Thank you. Um, Future plans. What are my future plans? Right now, it's about getting out there, getting my name out there. I think this is the year for Cris August. There's going to be, you'll be seeing more of me around, whether it be in articles or media. Um, my name's going to get out there and you will see me. So, I'm just going to keep the momentum going. I really want to promote Drag Me Down, the project and the album, and I really want people to, I want to get some feedback on what people think about it and kind of build from there. So, right, like I said, right now it's just about exposure and getting my name out there. I want people to know who I am and to get a feel for me and and what I'm about. So, as of right now, today, that's what I'm doing. We'll be doing probably some gigs in the year. Uh, we'll just take it one day at a time and see where that takes me. And I left this question for last. saving the best for last. And uh, embarrassingly, well, not embarrassingly, but I'm gonna blush when I answer the question. But uh, the question is, do you have a girlfriend? And the answer to that is no. And no, I don't. And I'm okay with that right now. You know, having a girlfriend entails, requires time, commitment, and energy. And of course, I'm willing to provide all of that, but I just want to make sure it's the right situation for me. And I want to be smart about it going into it. And, you know, so as I stand currently right now, no. I'm currently, I am single, but I'm very open and looking forward to what my love life will provide for me in the future and what's to come of that. You never know. Could be tomorrow. Um, but right now, I'm living for me and doing for me and just pursuing my dream, my passion, and I couldn't do it without all of you. So thank you for being my support and thank you for standing by me and being so encouraging. I definitely couldn't do it without you and you guys keep me moving forward and you keep me pushing. And this is a scary industry to pursue and but at the end of the day I love it and I love making music and I have so much growing to do and I thank you. So that's it for right now. I'm going to cut it off. I again thank you for your inquiries and thank you for your submissions for questions. Maybe I'll do another one another time. But that's it for now. So thank you for watching and for your support and your love. I couldn't do it without you. Spread the word. Tell people about Cris August. I'm coming at you. I'm coming your way. So keep a lookout. There's much of me to be seen in 2012. That's it. So thank you and have a good night. Ciao.